Alrighty, I am back with another list. Today we're going to be talking about the common phrases used by narcissistic and toxic people. If you are out here in the wilderness in these dating streets and you hear someone say, I need you to be my peace, I need you to run for the hills. The reason why is because we cannot be other people's peace. We need to come to the relationship already peaceful, and that is a process within itself. So if anyone is assigning this unrealistic responsibility to you, you might want to pay attention, because how can you be someone else's peace? Especially to those who are not bringing it. Okay? Because if you do not perform the way that they feel like you need to perform, if you give them any pushback about anything that disrupts their peace or you being their peace, what they're going to do is feel justified in being disrespectful or abusive, or they're just going to discard you and move on and find someone else who they believe will be their peace. Another one that you want to look out for is if someone asks you, is that what you're wearing? Or do you always wear makeup when you go to X, Y, and Z? Now, the reason why that is a red flag, and usually narcissistic and toxic people use that, is because they want to make you feel insecure and second guess your outfit choices. But what you need to realize is that you have been dressing yourself long before you met that person, and you will continue to put your pants on one leg at a time after that person is gone, because they should be gone after you hear them say that phrase to you. For a girly like me, I definitely wear makeup. I wear it because it's a part of my outfit, and when I go out the house, I never know who I come in contact with. Therefore, I am always put together. So if I was to meet someone who asked me, do I always wear makeup, and basically they're letting me know that that's a problem, because if anybody's asking you these questions, they're letting you know they have a problem with either what you have on or the fact that you like to apply makeup to your face whenever you're going out. And if that is a problem for them and it's not a problem for you, then you want to see that as a red flag. This seems harmless when someone says, I want someone who's going to fight for the relationship. Fighting for the relationship to a toxic person means that you are allowing them to abuse you. So if you're not allowing the abuse and the disrespect, therefore you're not fighting for the relationship. And also, how does this go together? How can I be your peace but at the same time have to fight for the relationship? Those two words don't go together. What they're really saying is that they want someone who's going to allow them to abuse you and put up with so many different things that you should not be putting up with. And if you don't put up with those things, then you're not fighting for the relationship. Because narcissistic people are pretty much children trapped in adult bodies, they have very limited vocabulary, especially when they are in conflict. So when they're in conflict, these are two phrases that you will commonly hear. One is say less, which basically means that they want to end the conversation. They don't want to hear anything else that you're saying. And basically they're telling you that you don't have to say anything else, because guess what? I'm not going to say anything else. I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. And then if they say do you, basically they're saying do you, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing behind your back, or I'm about to go and do what I've been thinking about doing behind your back. Now, here's the kicker. They say do you, but they really don't want you to do you, because you can't win for losing with people like that, but they will use the phrase do you to give them permission to do them. If you're dealing with someone who compares you to someone that they don't like, okay? So if they say you're just like my mother, and you know they don't like their mother, there is going to be hell to pay. So basically what they're essentially telling you is that you're just like my mother. Or now you have just triggered me. You took me back to a place that I didn't really want to go. And you done brought up memories about this person that I don't like. And I'm going to make you pay for what's going on right here in this moment. But not only am I going to make you pay for that, I'm going to also take out my misplaced anger that I have towards that person onto you. So if someone says you're just like so-and-so and you know they don't like them, you want to run for the hills, because there's going to be hell to pay, and there's nothing you can do to stop that, because they have a lot of unresolved conflict and trauma that they have not dealt with, and they are going to take it out on you. Also, if they say you're the only one who, or no one else thinks I'm. Now, what I mean by that is if they say you're the only person who thinks that way, or you're the only person who said that to me, or you're the only person who has that complaint, what they're trying to do is invalidate your experience with them. And what they're saying is that because you're the only person who has said that, which is generally a lie, because most narcissistic and toxic people have heard over and over again that their behavior is unacceptable, but they will say you are the only person to invalidate your experience with them. They're basically saying is that I'm not going to change, because the people who I value, the people who enable me, they don't say these things to me. So since you're the only person that's saying that, I don't have to listen to you. What you're saying is invalid, and I'm not going to change. It's not going to get better. Run for the hills. As ladies, we have all heard these played out sayings. I'll do these two at the same time. You're going to die alone, and I don't like cats. cats. Now, if you are in the dating phase and you meet someone who says that, please know that you are dealing with a red pillar or an incel who is basically letting you know that if you don't settle for me and my treatment or my bad treatment of you, then you're going to die alone. See, there's no accountability, there's no change on their part, there's no growth on their part to say, you know what, let me show up as a better partner. No, if you don't accept this treatment that I'm giving you, then you're going to die alone. Okay? So just know that when they say that, they're basically letting you know that they're not willing to make any changes to their behavior. They just want you to settle for it. And if you don't, you're going to die alone. The other one is, I don't like cats. Now, the thing about cats is that they are very autonomous. They don't give a lot of supply and they don't require a lot of supply. And as we know, narcissistic and toxic people thrive off of supply. If they are around something that cannot give them supply, they see it as useless and meaningless. Also, cats require that you need to ask for permission to pet them, to be in their company, to touch them, to pick them up. And narcissistic and toxic people don't like boundaries. And cats are very boundary. So if anyone tells you that they don't like a cat outside of some type of traumatic incident, that's a huge red flag. And lastly, you made me or you provoked me. If anybody uses this phrase to validate and justify their bad behavior towards you, this is a huge red flag because we cannot make anybody do anything. If anybody chooses to treat you poorly, it's because they wanted to, not because you made them. Nobody can make another grown person or provoke anybody to do anything that is not already in their heart and mind. So if you hear any of these phrases, please know that you are probably in the company of a toxic person.